Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's professional development session. My name is Candace Joyner, and I'm excited to walk us through Arizona's expectations, procedures, and research based practices for working with our English learners, or ELs. Together, we'll review key definitions, instructional models, and effective teaching principles to ensure our EL students thrive in our classrooms. Let's begin with Arizona's formal definition of an English learner. Essentially, an EL is a student whose home language is not English and who hasn't demonstrated full English proficiency. This is determined through the state's assessment system known as AZELA. It's important to recognize that language proficiency is distinct from academic intelligence. Our EL students bring rich cultural and linguistic assets to our classroom. In Arizona, we serve around 87,000 English learners, and the vast majority of them are over 80% speak Spanish as their primary language at home. Other languages represented include Navajo, Somali, Vietnamese, and Arabic. Understanding the languages and cultures our students come from helps us create a culturally responsive classroom and build meaningful relationships with our students. Arizona primarily uses a model called Structured English Immersion, or SEI. This is different from sheltered English instruction you might see in other states. In SEI, instruction happens entirely in English, with focused language development lessons tied to Arizona's English language proficiency standards. It's important to note that while content is taught, the priority is language development through targeted instruction. The state follows a language development approach rooted in four principles. First, we view EL students as assets to our schools, not deficient. Second, English instruction is integrated into all subjects, not isolated to English class. Third, students receive explicit daily language instruction targeting listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Finally, ongoing assessments and feedback ensure our instruction meets their evolving needs. This approach aligns with national research on best practices for EL students. Student agency is crucial for English learners. It means creating opportunities for students to make choices, express opinions, and reflect on their learning. When EL students feel empowered, they build confidence, take academic risks, and develop resilience. It's important to encourage collaborative conversations, journals, and presentations that give students ownership of their language learning journey. Arizona offers several CEI program models. The newcomer program supports recent arrivals with intensive language support. The pull-out model removes students from small group language instruction. The 2-hour model requires 2 hours daily of targeted English language instruction. The 50-50 dual language model teaches in both English and another language, requiring parent approval. Each model meets different student needs and contexts. When a student enrolls in school, parents complete a home language survey. If any response indicates a language other than English spoken at home, the student takes the AZELA to determine their English proficiency level. The AZELA isn't just for initial placement. It's administered annually to track progress and determine when students are ready to exit EL services. During AZELA assessments, accommodations are provided to create equitable testing environments. These include clarifying oral directions in the student's home language, providing extra time, testing in a smaller or one-on-one setting, and allowing breaks. These supports ensure the assessment measures language proficiency accurately and it's not influenced by anxiety or an unfamiliar testing protocol. Arizona law recognizes parents' rights in their child's EL education. Families can refuse EL program placement and request withdrawal at any time. Schools must clearly explain program options, assessment processes, and how services support student success. It's our duty to foster respectful partnership with families and honor their choices. Research shows the most effective EL instruction integrates language learning into content areas, leverages students' cultural strengths, and provides explicit language instruction. Regular assessment and feedback guide instruction, and classrooms that value student voice and agency create environments where ELs feel safe to take risks and grow. Thank you for your attention today. I hope the session provided practical insights and reinforced the importance of culturally responsive, research based practices for our English learners. I'm happy to take any questions or hear your reflections on what resonated the most. This is a list of the references I use for today's presentation. You may use them to review what is required for our EL learners. Thank you so much. Have a good night.